Hey guys, so as the title suggests, I will be sharing with you guys my 4-year experience in NTU EEE. I graduated last year May, 2019 May, and fast forward, it's been 1 year since I graduated, so I thought this might be helpful to whoever out there deciding whether you should get into this course. I'll be sharing with you guys my 4 years of studying in NTU and the courses that I took in every semester and some of the most difficult courses that I have ever done in my life. And as someone who is not very inclined in physics, I have to admit that it was quite a struggle for me. I have no idea how I survived 4 years of NTU doing a course that I didn't enjoy. If you are going into engineering because you don't have much of a choice, you have to be mentally prepared that these 4 years is not going to be easy. Another thing is you will be competing with a lot of scholars. I feel that in general, NTU EEE has a lot of international scholars compared to other courses in NTU. All our results will be graded on a bell curve, I think. I'm not sure how they grade us, but it depends on how everyone else do in this particular subject, and if everyone didn't do well, then of course your grade will be moderated up. Really depends on the cohort. Just pray to the bell curve god. Okay, so basically I will be sharing the curriculum and the super difficult courses that you need to take note, and just some general things that you should know before getting yourself into this course. You should be mentally prepared before you decide to enroll into NTU EEE. I don't know, it's been like the hardest 4 years of my life, so I thought I would share how is it like to study in NTU EEE. The reason why I got into NTU EEE is because I didn't do very well for my A-levels. I did consider going overseas to pursue a degree, but then at the point of time I was only 19, so I thought that I was too young to go overseas all by myself. I also thought about retaking A-levels and all the other options, but in the end I decided to just go ahead to study EEE. At the point of time, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in the future or what exactly will be my career path, so I thought that going into arts might actually limit my career choices in the future when I graduate, so which is why I decided to do engineering, because it will open doors to many different career opportunities, I guess. If I graduated with an arts degree, it will be slightly more difficult for me to do a technical job, for example engineering or whatsoever, even though I didn't want to do engineering at all. So if you're not exactly sure of what you want to do in the future, of course going into engineering will not be a very bad choice, because engineering can actually open doors for you in many different industries when you graduate. Before I got myself into the course, I didn't know what I was signing up for, so I hope this video can help you to make a better choice. And in case if you're wondering why am I wearing this pair of glasses, it's because I thought it made me look more studious. Okay, this is so lame. In case you didn't know, actually NTU EEE is very highly ranked in the world in terms of the course structure. Generally, it has very high ranking in the world, so in case you go and Google, you can actually find that it's top 10 engineering schools worldwide, if I'm right. I will be sharing more of the curriculum structure. So heads up, EEE has one of the worst curriculum structure in NTU, I feel, because during my year 1 sem 1, I saw some of my friends, their timetable is like so empty. They only had to go to school for like 3 days a week, and I had lecture or tutorial almost every single day. So for MBA students, it's very easy for them to actually get a 3-day school week, but for EEE students like us, we probably have to go school every single day, or the best case scenario probably like 4 days a week. So I would suggest you to stay in hall. Okay guys, I managed to find my timetable for year 1 sem 1. Look at how horrible it was. I will be sharing with you all the pain that I went through over the past 4 years and some of the really difficult courses that I have to take in order to graduate. Okay, so I will be starting off with semester 1, then I will go all the way to the last semester. I have my laptop over here. and I have already pulled out the curriculum structure for my admission year. So I admitted in academic year 15-16. For year 1, Sem 1, whatever that you will be doing is somewhat similar to what you have done in A-levels. So physics is very important in EEE, and you need to have H2 physics for PH 1011. The prerequisite for this course will be your H2 physics, and in case if you screw up your H2 physics like me, you will likely suffer in this course like I did, because my physics is really horrible and I have no idea why I decided to go ahead engineering. Bad choices. I hope I don't scare you, but you just need to know what you are getting yourself into. I really struggled quite a lot in the physics mod, which I shouldn't be struggling lah, because I've already learned that in A-levels. But if only I did better for my A-levels. Okay, anyway, you could also choose to take one GEP or UE. So for NTU, the whole curriculum structure, you can go and read up more on the NTU side, I guess. But okay, UE stands for unrestricted elective. So as for me, I took a business minor, so all my UE modules must be business mods. So for the first sem, I decided to clear my GEP. So the mod that I took was working in the 21st century. So since today we are talking about EEE, I will not be sharing more on that. Then for year 1, Sem 1, I also cleared my engineering communication 1. Okay, moving on to year 1, Sem 2. Okay, so sorry, I will be constantly looking to my right because my laptop is over here. I can't remember what other courses that I did, so you will be seeing a lot of my favorite side of my face. Okay, so for year 1, Sem 2, I did mathematics 2. So mathematics 1 was like a foundation for mathematics 2. In order for you to do math 2, I think you have to clear your math 1 first. So this one is also similar to what you have done in H2 math in A-levels, I think, but it's slightly more in-depth compared to mathematics 1. Another mod that I took in year 1, Sem 2 is this Introduction to Materials for Electronics. I also took accounting, which is my business minor. In general, I did better for my minor compared to my major because I definitely enjoy my business mods more than my engineering mods. So I have no idea why for my Introduction to Materials for Electronics, I actually did study really hard for this mod, but I have no idea why I got an F. But thankfully, if you fail any mod in year 1, you will not be calculated into your GPA. It will just be reflected in your transcript, but it will not be calculated towards your GPA. So that is something that I'm very thankful for, because I really have no idea why I failed the mod, because I felt really confident when I walked out of the exam hall. But in the end, I failed the mod. Can you believe it? I have no idea why, even up to this day. Okay, anyway, after you clear your year 1, congratulations, because year 1, a trial for you, and all the modules that you take in year 1 are pretty easy, I would say. Of course, it's not easy for me lah, but I guess it's very easy for my smart friends. Year 2 is definitely the hardest year in EEE because all the modules that you take are so difficult, and especially if you have no interest in it like me, it's really very painful to study. And also this year you will be taking like 4 core 4 AU mod. So the difference between 4 AU mod and 3 AU mod is that it's much more demanding compared to a 3 AU mod, and there are a lot more things in terms of curriculum that you have to fulfill in order to get a decent grade for your 4 AU mod. The first sem, I took 4 core 4 AU mod. I did really badly for this sem. So there's this mod called Data Structures and Algorithm. It's another coding mod that I really hated because I really suck at coding. So the 4 core 4 AU mod that I took are Data Structure Algorithm, Circuit Analysis, Digital Electronics, and Engineering Mathematics 1. So these are the 4 core 4 AU mods that I took. And on top of that, I also took I also retook my Introduction to Materials for Electronics, which was the mod that I failed in year 1 sem 2. And this time round I passed. But I really struggled for the other 4 core 4 AU mod because it was so difficult, especially for circuit analysis. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how painful it is to study that mod. You have no idea how many sleepless nights that I went through when I studied this mod. Okay, so like I say, year 2 is the hardest year of the 4 years in EEE. I'm not kidding, because for year 2 sem 2, I also did 4 core 4 AU mod, and the 4 mods that I took are semiconductor fundamentals, signals and systems, analog electronics, and engineering mathematics 2. Okay, basically for engineering mathematics 1 and 2, they are pretty similar to one another. As long as you practice enough, you should be able to get a decent grade. Most of my friends agree that engineering mathematics are pretty easy to score, so the bell curve for this mod is very bad. You need to be really up there in order to get like A or a decent grade for your engineering mathematics. So if you make any careless mistake during like finals, then you can kiss goodbye to your A. You will likely get a B. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Okay, the worst mod in year 2 sem 2 is definitely analog electronics. Oh my gosh. I totally have no idea what this mod is talking about even up to today. So what happened was, I did really badly for this mod. What I meant by really badly is that I failed. So this mod is really so difficult that I can literally cry when I study. I only cleared this mod in my final sem in NTU because I didn't want to face reality, but I have to fulfill this mod in order to graduate, so that's how painful it is. And in order for me to pass this mod, I remember how hard I studied for it, and in the end, I still got a shitty grade for it. Another painful mod for this semester is signals and systems. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how difficult this mod is. During my year 2 studying in NTU, I was really very upset because I feel that everyone else was like doing well, but I was actually struggling. And in NTU, we have this mentee system. My mentor is very nice. I went to see him and I told him very upfront that I didn't want to study EEE at all, but I didn't have a choice, which is why I was like in the course lah. So he actually told me how many students are actually appealing to get into the course, but I was actually so lucky to be in the course, yet I didn't cherish my place there. Then after that, he told me that actually he knows many students who didn't want to study engineering but ended up in this course because they didn't have a choice. Okay, so moving on to year 3 sem 1, I did my professional internship, and my internship had nothing to do with engineering at all. I did a product management internship in one of the biggest telco in Singapore. You can look for my name on LinkedIn and you will know where I did my internship. So like I said previously, even if you study engineering in university, that doesn't mean that you have to do engineering once you graduate. Just study hard for the 4 years, and after you graduated from EEE, you can do whatever you want. So yeah. Then for year 3 sem 2, I did design innovation project, which is like a mini FYP. So you will be grouped with other students, and you and your group mates have to come up with something like depending on what is the requirement for your semester. Okay, so in year 3, you get to select your technical electives because you will be choosing your major. For me, I chose information communication, which is less technical. Then moving on to year 4. So year 4, mainly you will be focusing on your final year project and also the technical electives that you choose depending on your major. So for my major is info communication. The mods that I chose are web application design. So basically you will be learning how to design your own web page. And I also learn information security, communication principles. So all these modules are very much related to info communication. Then the core modules that you have to do are software engineering. So microprocessors, another module that I didn't enjoy, but surprisingly I did well for that. And now I'll be sharing more on my final year project. So for my final year project, I did a research on... I forgot to mention that for your FYP, you can either choose a deliverable project or a research-based project. For deliverable projects, you have to come up with something at the end of the project, for example, an app or like a robot or something like that, but I don't know because I didn't choose the deliverable one. My project was purely based on research. So my research was about satellite and polymetric something. Like, I really cannot remember what I did for my final year project. I think what's more important for your final year project is to choose a good professor rather than a good project. Yeah, so that's my advice. My professor was really nice and he helped me a lot throughout my entire project, so I got a decent grade for my FYP. And because FYP has total of 8 AUs, you really cannot afford to screw up that. So I did pretty decent for my FYP, which is why my overall GPA got pulled up a little, even though I didn't jump degree class. Okay, I found my final year project final report for submission. So the title of my project is Satellite Polymetric Radar Image Processing. So that was what I had to do for my final year project, and basically I had to research on satellite imaging and how it affects the mapping to the Earth surface. Something like that lah, okay. So I'm really thankful that I chose this project because first of all, it's not very demanding and I could work based on my own schedule. I don't have to go to the lab. I don't have to design a robot or whatever like that. I just have to do my own research during my own free time. So that was something that I really enjoy doing, and it was actually quite interesting when I did the project, even though it wasn't something that I was completely interested in, I would say. Now looking at my degree audit, I realized that I did so much better in year 4 compared to year 1. I have no idea why. Like year 1, I just had no idea what was going on and I was just happily in love. I think only in year 4 I realized the seriousness of my GPA. As long as you survive year 2 of EEE, then you have survived the hardest part of the course. Year 2 is really the worst. I was struggling so badly and I remember myself like on the verge of crying before finals because I was so scared that I was going to fail the mod, and my boyfriend knew how much I was studying, but yet like my result wasn't proving. So whatever that I studied didn't really pay off because I guess I was studying the wrong way and I didn't really understand the concept of that particular mod. Okay, so now I've talked about all the difficult modules in NTU that you have to do. So now I'll be sharing with you guys some of the easiest mod that I've done in EEE. Okay, so let alone my business minor, I will not be talking about the UEs that I took. Of course, all the UEs that I took are something that I enjoy to do, so generally I did pretty well for them. But for the EEE modules, I will be sharing with you guys some of the relatively easier mods that I took. Okay, so starting from year 4, I think computer architecture is pretty okay. The content is not very heavy. As long as you understand whatever that happened during lecture, you should be able to secure a B. Information security is really simple also. It's really one of the mod that I went into the exam hall with 100% confidence. That's the only mod throughout the 4 years. Communication principle is also pretty easy. And what else? Computer communications is okay also, but all these are my technical modules. So only if you choose the same major as me, then you get to study these modules. So if you chose other majors, then of course you won't be studying these mods. For year 2 and year 1, there are no easy mod. Like I say, all those mods are really difficult. The only easy one, considered easy ones, are like maybe engineering, mathematics 1 and 2. Other than that, it's just good luck to you. So that concludes the curriculum part. This course is really not easy, but if this is what you want to do in the future, of course, whatever that you learn in the 4 years will likely help you in your career in the future. But if you're like me, if you don't plan to do engineering or anything related to what you study in uni, you should think twice before going into the course, because I really struggled 4 years. I constantly wondered like how my university life would be different if I did another course instead of EEE, and if I ever regret doing this course. No, I don't regret doing this course because of this course I got into the job that I'm currently doing, although it has nothing to do with EEE, but of course coming from an engineering background, it gave me an advantage in my current career. Will I do it all over again? definitely know. I would definitely make a better choice compared to 4 years ago, and I just hope that this video helped you to make a more informed choice when it comes to your university degree. This course is definitely one of the hardest courses in NTU, no doubt. You can go and compare the curriculum of this course versus, like, for example, MBS or even arts. You can just treat this course as like a journey towards your end goal. This might not be what you want to do in the future, but it can definitely help you to achieve your goal once you graduate. I guess just like what my mentor has said, you can just treat this as your ticket to the world. This might not be what you want to do in the future, but this can definitely help you in a way or another when you graduate and when you step
into the society, because after all, an engineering degree is still helpful somehow, and many employers prefer to hire engineering graduates because of how we were trained to think during our 4 years in university.
Before I got into EEE, I have no idea what this course was about. I even wondered, am I going to be an electrician after I graduate? Which is so dumb, right? Okay, so when I was in NTU's open house, before I was deciding which course to go, I went to the EEE booth and I asked one of the senior there, I said, are there a lot of physics involved in the course? And I think he said something like, physics is important, but there are other modules that we do as well. Something along this line, I can't remember the exact answer. So now that I think about my 4 years in NTU, I don't think it's true, because I feel that if your foundation for physics is strong, it will definitely help you when it comes to courses like electromagnetism, signals and system, and also analog electronics, because all these require you to have a strong foundation in physics. Before I conclude the video, I hope this video helped you somehow. So I guess that concludes the video for today, and if you have any more questions related to EEE, you can comment down in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer them, but I don't know how much I can remember, so I will try my best to help as much as I can. So if you enjoy watching this video, remember to subscribe to my channel and I will post more of such videos if you like to see. Okay, bye! Hey guys, I realized that there are a lot of points that I forgot to mention just now, so I'll just quickly mention over here. And I've already removed all my makeup, so I probably look very bad right now, but whatever. Okay, so I just want to mention that for whatever reasons that you are getting into NTU, be it, EEE, be it because of your own interest, or you are like me, you don't have much of a choice, or you are not sure of your future career path, I just want to say that once you have decided to enroll yourself in EEE, it's not going to be very easy throughout the entire 4 years of university life, but as long as you persevere and you are determined enough to complete the degree, like what I did in the 4 years, I told myself that I've already chosen this path and I have to complete it no matter what, and it is really too late to back out. I couldn't just drop out of NTU and go overseas for like another university degree. So I kept the end goal very clearly in my mind. I know that I have to graduate with this degree, and just like what my mentor said, this is like a ticket to the world, and no matter how torturous the modules were and how difficult it was for me to study, I just told myself that I have to be very determined, and I'm very thankful to have like a group of friends who are also struggling. So we all struggled together, but then I'm just really thankful for them, because I guess I wouldn't have been able to do it all by myself. And of course also with Sean, he was constantly encouraging me and telling me that even though what I was currently doing was not something that I wanted to do, but the end goal will be worth the while, and you just have to be very disciplined and determined throughout the entire 4 years, because it's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it after you graduate. And so I just hope that you can make a better decision when it comes to choosing a course in university. Of course, I know that Of course, I know that EEE wasn't the course that I wanted to do, which is why when I when I accepted the offer, I still appealed to change course in NTU. And I think even after my year 1, sem 1, after my finals, I still wrote in to school to appeal to change course. Of course, my appeal was rejected. Okay, but then yeah, so to be honest, I really hated the course because I just felt that it was so torturous to study the course, which I totally didn't enjoy. But now looking back at the 4 years, I'm glad that I've really pulled through the hardest part of uni, and I have no idea how I survived 4 years of uni doing something that I didn't enjoy or I didn't like. But the end result, I'm very thankful for the end result. It's because of what I've persevered and what I managed to pull through that landed me my current career and what I'm currently doing. Something that I forgot to mention, and if I remember something else, I will probably insert another clip of myself talking. So I'm so sorry this video is all over the place. Okay, bye! Hello everyone. Today we are not doing any beauty video. I will be sharing with you guys my 4-year experience in NTU EEE. Before I dive into that, I will give you a background of how did I end up in EEE. Can't remember what I want to say.